Hello and welcome to Mobility Video 1. In this video is a series of exercises and movement patterns that are going to develop your flexibility and mobility. Feel free to use these videos at any point throughout the season as it will benefit you in the long run and make you a better mover in general. So exercise number 1 are hamstring stretches with rotation. I want you to do 10 rotations stretching your left and your right leg. All you can do there is put your hand behind your head, making sure your elbow's touching your knee, fully rotating out and pausing at the inner and outer range for 1 second as I'm doing there. So pausing in and out, here's a side angle, so touching your knee, rotating fully out and back in, nice and smoothly. Don't rush this movement. So the next exercise are hamstring extensions. So what I want you to do is 2 lots of 8 on each leg, so on your left and your right, and I want you to push back into your hands that you're holding your leg with, so you're putting some force back into your hands, extending out, pausing at the top and the bottom for 1 second on each rep. So the next exercise are groin stretches. I want you to do 2 lots of 30-second stretches for this. So we've done them before, so pull your feet into your bum as close as you can, push your legs out so it's having a stretch and not so it's hurting in your groin area. And this time you're going to hold it for 5 and then you're going to start rocking back and forward. So just pulling your feet up, having a rock back and forward, and you're going to do that for 30 seconds for 2 sets. Next exercise are the pigeon stretches. So I've done these before, so making sure your knee is at 90 degrees or as close to as possible. You want to sit nice and tall into it, and then you're going to slowly walk down until your face is nearly at the floor. Some of you are a bit less mobile, try and just get to as far as you can so it's a stretch, not so it's hurting, and then slowly walking yourself back up. Then you're going to go round to your right, hold for 2 seconds, and then walk it back round to the other side, hold for 2 seconds, back into the middle, and that's 1. Then you're walking it back down, and so on, and then back up. So a side angle, so again, 90 degrees with your hip and your knee, sitting up nice and tall, hips facing forwards, walking it down nice and slowly, holding it at the bottom for 2, and then walking it slowly back up, and then taking it round to your left and to your right, making sure you try and stay nice and tall when you're in these positions here. Next exercise is a quad stretch, so nice and easy. I want you to do 2 lots of 30 seconds on each side for me. I want you to pull your heel into your bum, and you're just going to hold it there and try and keep it there for the duration of those 30 seconds on each leg. Nice easy one. So the next one are the active groin stretches. I want you to do 8 on each side, making sure that your knee isn't pointing in or pointing out. It's nice and in line with your hips. That front heel is always on the floor, so you're just rocking back and forwards in there. So back and forward is 1, and you're rocking that back and forward in there. So side angle, that heel is never leaving the floor. You'll get a good stretch on the quad on your back leg as well. So just rocking back and forward, 8 on each side, nice and simple. So the next exercise are hip flexor raises, and I want you to do 10 on each side. For this exercise, you'll need a pole or a broom or a mop, some form of object you can hold on to, just like mine in the video. And what you're going to do, you're going to bring your leg up for 1 and control it down. So bring it up for 1 and then control it down. So in that side angle again, in that half lunge position, 1 knee on the floor, just raising up and controlling back down. 10 on each side for this one. So next exercise are scorpions, and again I want you to do 10 on each side. So my knee is always stayed at 90 degrees, and you're raising up, holding it at the top for 2 seconds, and then slowly bringing it down. Controlled movement again on this one. Moving on to lateral leg raises, where I want you to do 8 on each side. So I want you to lift that leg out and to the side, hold it at the top for 1, and control the movement back in. What I don't want you to do is open your hips up like that. So no opening the hips. So I just want you to only use the hips just to go out like that. I don't want you to fully rotate, just using your hips to see how far they go. So as a side angle, not raising my hips at all, just leg going out to the side in a nice and controlled motion. So the next exercise are inchworms. I want you to do 8 of these. So you're going to start in the press up position. You're going to be on your toes for the whole exercise. Slowly walk it in. So there you go in that press up position. Slowly walking it in until you feel a stretch. Pump your knees for 10 seconds, and I want you doing 8 of these. And the last exercises are depth squats. So if you can, start with the pole. If you're struggling with the pole, start without it, and you'll be able to try and progress to that as you become more mobile. So what you're doing, 2 sets of 6. Your head should stay in contact with the pole at all times, and also the back of your pelvis should stay in contact with the pole at all times. You'll be able to see on this side view, head's always in contact with it. Nice and controlled motion, going as low as I can, and coming up nice and controlled as well. 2 lots of 6 on this one.